127, 122. One of the weapons I use. Keep your chin down. Always keep your chin down. That's the best way to pull it, because if you go back, you're wasting your time. You ain't gonna pull it that way. You got to pull it with your chin down. You have to pull down on the injury. That's what you got to do. And if you really got sickness from your C-1 being out, I got the pillow folded. I lay on my back. And I got my head there, and I pretty much try to sleep in a chin tuck position. A lot at first, because my neck's unlocked several vertebrae. Let that puppy open up. You gotta let it sit there on a little while. You can't just expect it to go boom, go with it. It'll start stretching, and you're gonna feel it. Then when it starts pulling on one of them locked up joints, starts pulling it to unlock it, to pop it back in place, that's when all hell's gonna break loose for you. Because you were probably knocked out when you got that vertebrae knocked out, or it's growed out of place because your growth pattern's messed up. But when it pops back in, it's going to be ouchy city most of the time. Not every one of them hurts real bad, but some of them do. And I'm going to give you lockjaw. Ooh, man. I feel like somebody punched you right in the throat. Your jaw will get so sore. And it'll let up. It takes a few minutes. I mean, it's like twisting your ankle out. It's your neck. I really feel it burning right there on my C2 right now. I ain't had this brace on for quite a while, because I'll generally use the brace like this till I get opened up pretty good. And then I'll grab it with both my hands. Grab it with both my hands and pick up on it just as hard as I can and turn. Chin tuck all the way down. Chest, way, shoulder, way back. Ooh. And that's your growth pattern right there. It's mine, agitated still, but improving. Alright, there's your little bit of traction. Like I said, I take that, and then after I take that off, I immediately grab my head, both my hands, and I pull it straight up, just as hard as I can, in about that position right there. And I push back against it with my head, hard as I can. Up, back, down. But you get to this point where I'm at, you're going to have to pull all your dislocations. Generally the bottom ones come out first because they don't require as much traction to pull as C1, C2 do. So from what I experienced is that all of them are out above about T1 pretty much. And they've all gone back to where they're supposed to be, and I finally got my C1 unlocked because it was set back behind some process or something on the bottom of my skull up there or something. But I know it moved at least 1/4 of an inch. It spread more than 1/4 inch before it popped in. I felt it. I felt the burn and slide down my. Oh, it's bone to bone, and it just like slid down, popped back in. And boy, I've been waiting on that one forever. Whew. But your C1, it's very likely that you have a C1 issue. I'll tell you, anybody watching this video right here, if I post it, dang, the whole medical system's built around it. All you gotta do is put your neck back in. You won't catch none of this stuff that they selling people. Selling people the conditions of the neck, treating the conditions of the neck, and not fixing the neck. Boy, that's a crime, crime, crime. God is not happy about it. He's given me this knowledge. I'm the one that actually relocated mine. It's supposed to be impossible to do. God's here, God's on it. After all this time. Yep, you're going to have to put it back in. There is no help for you. And if you have seizures putting it back in, there's not going to be any help with that, other than the fact that they'll put you on an anticonvulsant. You can seize out. People can seize out. If the medical system's going to sit here and say, other than the fact that they got seizures defined as they won't stop. Well, you can seize out. They will stop. But they're not into that. They're not into pulling your C1 back underneath your skull like it's supposed to be. So, if this helps somebody, I sure hope it does. If you are sick with like seizures and stuff, and your neck's all out of position, got that big old hump back there, hurts every time you turn it, do a chin tuck and it hurts. If your chin tucks are hurting, if you can't chin tuck without pain, you're out. Period. That's just all there is to it. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. I mean, you should be able to chin tuck all the way down, all the way back, chest out. That makes me have muscle spasms all up and down my back still. Well, that's where I'm at. I mean, I can't help but say something. God bless, man. The whole world screams, dying from all these conditions that are labeled to your dislocated C1. God bless you.